Lara, 10 rounds among these junior middleweights. Lara came in just a half pound under that junior middle limit. 27 years old, goes 5'10", fighting out of Miami is the Cuban. 12-0, 7 knockouts. The bioblast on Lara. He was a top-level Cuban amateur star, won a World Amateur Championship, would have been a gold medal favorite in the 08 Olympics, but was banned from the Cuban team after attempting to leave the country. And he is on the fast track, fighting into the 10th round 3 times already in his career, has wins over a former contender in Danny Perez, the reality show tourney star in Grady Brewer, and a veteran in Luciano Perez. This his 3rd fight with veteran trainer Ronnie Shields, and he's been staying busy. Fought on July 9, scored a first-round knockout, has big plans for the future.
I feel like I've been ready for a while now. Definitely after this fight, I think if I get the opportunity to fight for a world title, I'll definitely jump at it. But if not, hopefully by the end of the year, my promoters can put me in a situation where I'm there with the top guys. I think physically and mentally, I'm ready, and I think it's just all a matter of my promoters delivering a big fight for me.
Willie Lee stands opposite him tonight. He's from nearby Gulfport, Mississippi. 5'9", 152 1/4. A record of 17 wins against 6 losses, 11 of those by knockout. Closer look at Lee. He was born here in Louisiana. Trains in Gulfport, where he now makes home. A few times he has faltered in fighting top prospects. Saku Powell, Chad Dawson got to him. Although he did score a knockdown against Chad Dawson. More recently, he was coming off a hot stretch of 3 straight wins, had a career best win, an upset of former contender Alex Bunima. His last fight was last December. He was a TKO victim at the hands of Vanis Matarosian. He doesn't lack for confidence.
What the league bringing 100%. I mean, I'm ready to take anybody out right now. I mean, I'm hungry, man. My career is never over with. I mean, I'm ready to stay in the spotlight and be in the spotlight, and this is my world. You know what I'm saying? And this, I want to take over. I want to show everybody that they know that Willie is here, and I'm ready to stay.
Willie Lee and Erislandy Lara here in Monroe, Louisiana, not far from the Bayou de Charges, where Teddy brings us the fight plan.
Lots of wildlife here in the bayou. Matter of fact, back there, you don't know what's gonna pop out. And I think that kind of fits into our fight plan tonight. Willie Lee, who's always gonna play, against Lara, who I will play. Both southpaws. And if you're Lara, maybe you want to give a little ground, sort of lead Willie Lee a little bit into some of those traps, into some of those creatures back there. And then when he jabs, I notice he slips to his left. Bang! The left hand for the southpaw. Bang! Bring him up with the right uppercut. If you're Lara and you do that, well, before these night creatures come out, you'll be home having a nice bowl of turtle soup. Willie Lee soup, Cajun style. Okay, Willie Lee is a huge underdog. What kind of shot does he have? Not too much. I figured out one, though. Maybe if he can move Lara's hole, who's going to play Lara, back into the swamp where the alligators can get him. You're not afraid of alligators, are you? All right. Well, don't go too far. Move him back a little bit on the ropes. And I noticed that Lara has a bad habit. When he hits those ropes, his elbows come out a little bit and he leans forward. That's where Willie Lee, not the alligators, Willie Lee can get him. Go to the body, bang. The uppercut, bang. If you're Willie Lee and you do that, well, you're going home with a nice pair of alligator shoes, Lara shoes.
Saul was trying to stay away from those swamp monsters. Don Weems, by the way, thanks to him from the Waterfront Grill for taking you guys out there on his boat for that.
Keeping us away from the alligators. Thanks for that.
Indeed.
And Saul says thank you for that.
Buena suerte. Touch him up. Good luck.
Lawrence Cole is the referee. Scheduled for 10. Ring experience brought to you by Cerveza Tecate. And you can look at that ring experience all you want, and that's the pro experience, but the amateur experience of Erislandy Lara, that is what's so impressive, a former world amateur champion.
Lee was knocked out in his last fight by, as we talked about in the last fight, by a very good amateur in Vanes Medoroshian, but he was not as good an amateur as this man, Lara. So it's hard for me to find a way where Lee can be competitive in this fight. We'll find out.
Medoroshian ranked number 8 by Ring Magazine as a junior middleweight. He is already 28-0 in his career. Lara working his way up right now into the rankings as a 12-0 emerging prospect.
Lee has been knocked out 5 times. You have to ask, you have to question the durability of his chin. Of his 5 knockout losses, Lee have gone in 3 rounds or less, and maybe this will be a 5th.
Beautiful combination
6,
by Lara.
7, 8.
Lots of opportunities for the very calm, efficient Lara. Lara does not waste much. If he throws 5, in his mind, 5 are going to land. Or if they don't all land, they're all going to set up something that will allow the others to land. He's efficient. He's very patient and calm and very accurate.
Uppercut comes in. Lara on the attack, just smothering Lee. And that is it. Lawrence Cole steps in and ends this fight. First round TKO for Erislandy Lara.
Some people are going to argue that Cole should have waited a little longer, taken a little bit more of a look, but it's hard to argue that. This was a non-competitive fight. I said it from the beginning that I did not think it could be a competitive fight. And once Cole saw that, he figured, why allow Lee to take any more punishment? He had taken enough.
Lawrence Cole is a veteran referee. Now, he did have a rap earlier in his career, Teddy, with early stoppages, and he's been involved with a few controversial finishes in his career. Juan Manuel Marquez, the Arthur Abraham fight. But here, it seemed pretty obvious which way this fight was eventually going to go.
Well, if he didn't stop it there, he was going to stop it, it looked like, a few moments later.
Indeed.
And as we said, Lee had lost 3 of his last 6, 2 by knockout. And what I didn't get a chance to say was that Lee had been knocked out by 2 southpaws before. And of course, Lara was a southpaw.
Well, let's take a look at the first knockdown, as Lara, with his precision work, was able to score well against Lee.
And again, everything landing there. And the last one, only a jab. And it speaks to what I mentioned early on about the beard on Lee. Jab, left hand over top, and then finally a jab after he'd been hurt by those first 2 punches. Then the end of the fight, Lee reaching in a little bit. And Lara's showing you he knows how to counterpunch. He knows how to take the aggression, the missed aggression of Lee, and toss it right back at him. A little body work. Some of those punches were being blocked. Again, somebody's going to make an argument that it could have went on. Take one more look at it. Lee gets hurt. A well-placed uppercut there. Lara stays on him. You can see right now Lee blocking the punches, but the damage had been done earlier. And again, I think the mindset of the referee, Lawrence Cole, right there was, this is a mismatch, and you know what? I'm not going to hang around and watch it much longer.
Let's get the official particulars with Bob Moore.
All right, fighters, to the center of the ring. The official scorecard at ringside will win your winner by way of TKO at 148 of the first round. It is Erislandy Lara de Guantanamo, Lara.
So 13-0 now with 8 knockouts. You know, you said it earlier, Teddy, when we were interviewing Willie Lee. You know, he was saying things that gave you the impression
I never
that
believed what he was saying
confident,
for a moment.
But
And
he
that's
was
why I
just
said
talking
it.
into a microphone.
Yeah, he was. He was just, somebody put a microphone in front of him. We feel that we need to elicit some words out of everybody, and we elicit some words out of him, and he said what he thought he needed to say and what people would hope they would hear, a competitive fight, but that was never in the realm of reality.
He was completely overmatched, and now Lara is standing by with Jaime.
Erislandy, congratulations, another first-round knockout. How do you feel about this quick fight? ¿Cómo te sientes? Felicitaciones de este knockout también en el primer round.
Me siento en perfectas condiciones y ya ven, en cada pelea que me estoy presentando, voy mejorando gracias al entrenador mío y al equipo mío. Estamos trabajando fuerte para seguir mejorando cada pelea que tenga.
I feel in great shape, and you see that every fight, you know, I'm improving, and thanks to Ronnie Shields, I think each fight is going to get better and better. What do you need to do? What type of opponent do you need to show more of your skills in the ring? ¿Qué necesitas hacer y qué clase de oponente necesitas para enseñar un poquito más de lo que tú tienes?
Bueno, necesito los oponentes. Él es tremendo oponente, lo que yo no le di la oportunidad de desarrollarse. Yo creo que cualquier oponente que me ponga, yo voy a tratar de hacer lo mío y a subir a hacer mi trabajo, que como siempre he subido a hacerlo.
He says that Willie Lee was a great opponent. It's just that he didn't allow him to do anything in the ring. And so that's what he's going to do from here on out. And no matter who's in front of him, he's going to try to knock him out. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Jaime. Well, let's talk about who's in front of him, Teddy. And I want to put up the ring rankings at 154 pounds because this is another one of these divisions where it's interesting. Now, I'll give you that the top half of this division, especially 1 through 4, are solid fighters.
I think he fits in anywhere here.
I agree.
I think, matter of fact, I take him in these fights. I mean, this would be a very interesting fight. Monterrey was an Olympian for the United States. I take him in this fight. I think I take him in this fight. It'd be a very interesting fight with Sergio Pau. This would be a little tougher because this guy right here, he had a lot of amateur experience like Lara, but he fits in very well with these fighters. And Ed, this is going to shock you, but maybe this man here too right now, I think this man might be a finished fighter. I think there's a lot of mileage on his odometer, as I like to say, and I don't know what he's got left. I think this would be a very interesting fight with Mr. Cotto.
I agree with you, Teddy. I think that you put Lara in with anybody in the back half of those ring rankings, and it's going to be an interesting fight that you would feel very confident he could come out the victor of. He does it again. He's now 13-0 with 8 knockouts. Much more of our special to come your way. Stay with us.